Hello, dear fans and subscribers. Welcome to the Cricket Happening Show. I do apologize that yesterday I could not bring the cricket show due to my ill health, and even today I'm not fully fit. But you know, cricket is so dear to me that I just come in here. So dear fans and subscribers, as far as yesterday was concerned, if at all I would have done my show, it would have been the preview of the England versus Pakistan, the second test match. But yes, unfortunately, I could not do that. But I can tell you that England have done a great job today by bowling out the Pakistanis on the first day of the second test at Headingley in Leeds for 174 runs. So the England trio of Stuart Broad Anderson and Chris Woke sharing the spoils, 3 wickets apiece, to really bring down Pakistan to earth at 174 all out. And they were 106 for 2 at close of play, with Alistair Cook losing his wicket just before 5 minutes before stumps, which was sad. And but definitely they had in arrears with 68 runs. So definitely England in a good position, and especially considering the fact that they are hunting to level the series. I think they have started off on the right note here. And as far as yesterday was concerned, today there was a match between the World 11 and the West Indian 11. As you know, it was something which the ICC had approved. The World 11 Tour, World 11 Tour of England, where the World 11 were clashing with the West Indies at the Lord's Cricket Ground. This was for the hurricane which came over there. I think it was Hurricane Irma, if I'm not wrong. Well, so West Indies actually were the ones who batted first. Evan Lewis smashed 50 out of 26 deliveries, 5 fours and 5 sixes, 18 to Gale. Gale really struggled, one could say. He was not, he was really kept quiet. I mean, he could not get off the blocks, and he really struggled even against the leggy Rashid Khan before he was out for 18 of 28 balls. Andre Fletcher made 7. Marlon Samuels thrashed 43 of 22, 2 fours, 4 sixes. Dinesh Ramadan played his part as well. It was an unbeaten 44, but Russell hit it all across the park with 3 sixes in an unbeaten knock of 21, which had West Indies sitting at 199 for 4. The bowling the World 11 bowling consisted of Mitchell McClenaghan, 3 overs, none for 31. Mills did a good job. In fact, he really bolted the door for Chris Gale. 3 overs, 1 minute, none for 13. Shoaib Malik, 3 overs, 1 for 31. Pereira, 2 overs for 27. Rashid Khan got a bit of a blow as far as Andre Russell went after him by hitting him, spanking him for 3 sixes. 4 overs, no minute, 248. Shahid Afridi, 4 overs, 1 for 34. Lami Chane was hit for 12 runs by Samuels in the very first over itself. World 11 were set to target for 200, and one thought that they would really put up a good show, but even though they had some nice good batting lineup with Tamim Iqbal opening innings, but I have to tell you that the West Indian bowlers bowled very well at them. Tamim Iqbal was out for 2. Luke Ronchi was out for not, a very dangerous player at that. Sam Billings disappointed with just 4 runs, and India's Dinesh Karthik was out for not to really put them into real strife at 8 for 4. And after that, the only man who really salvaged something for them and kept the chase going was Tisra Pereira with his hard-hit knock of 61 of 37, 7 fours and 3 sixes in a 127 all-out score of the World 11. Shoaib Malik was out for 12, 11 to Shahid Afridi, Rashid Khan 9, 10 to McClenaghan, and Lami Chane was not at 4. So looking at the West Indies bowling, Badri did a fine job. 3 overs, 1 minute, 2 for 4. Andre Russell 2 for 25. Kesrick Williams was thrashed, but he took 3 for 42. 1 for 24 for Kemo Paul. Brathwaite 1 for 14. And Ashley Nurse 2 overs, none for 11. And Evan Lewis took away the man of the match award. Well, so from here now we are getting on to the first day's play in the second test match between England and Pakistan. As I said, England are hunting to level the series because it's a 2-test series, and so as far as the first day's play was concerned at Headingley in Leeds, it was Pakistan skipper Sarfraz Ahmed actually winning the toss and had no hesitation in going and batting first. One has to say that Pakistan really struggled. In fact, the first wicket to go was Imam ul Haq, who slashed a delivery from broad into the slip region. Root holding the catch, he was gone for naught. After that, Stuart Broad, who was bowling some nice deliveries, was getting the ball. Bowling a lot of full-length deliveries today, and one of those deliveries had Azhar Ali in a tangle. He was gone. LBW bowled Broad for 2, that really made the score at 17 for 2 with both the openers gone. Asad Shafiq and there was Haris Sohail was there. So Haris Sohail and Asad Shafiq pieced together a good partnership by improving things a bit when they pushed the score on to 49 with a 32-run partnership, out of which it was Haris Sohail who really was hitting the ball well. In fact, Asad Shafiq was pretty quiet. If you look at that partnership of 32 runs, 28 runs were harbored by Haris Sohail. But Chris Wokes was the one who picked up the wicket of Haris Sohail when he had him caught by Mallon for 28 with 4 boundaries. After that, Chris Wokes forced Asad Shafiq to nick 1, caught Cook bowled Wokes for 27 with 5 boundaries. And then after that, we saw Anderson get into his own, and he picked up the very, very big wicket of Sarfraz Ahmed. Now, Sarfraz Ahmed was really beaten there, the ball actually deflecting off his pad and into the stumps, and he was gone. Bowled by Anderson for 14 with 2 boundaries. And Usman Salahuddin was making his debut, was LBW bowled Broad for 4, and that left Pakistan in a terrible situation. And also, to complicate matters, Fahim Ashraf was claimed by Anderson. Now, this was a double strike by Anderson, first picking up the skipper Sarfraz Ahmed, and then picking up the wicket of Fahim Ashraf by really foxing him with a wonderful delivery, and Fahim Ashraf was gone, LBW for naught, which really left the Pakistan team in all sorts of strife at 79 for 7. But Shadab Khan showing what good all-round qualities he's having, and he's such a useful player for Pakistan, and as he did it in the last test match as well. But here it was a one-man show that he had to put, but luckily he got some company from the lower order, which was good to see, which enabled Pakistan to at least reach 174. But Shadab Khan played some handsome strokes in his knock of 56, which contained 10 boundaries. And it was Sam Curran who was making his debut today for England. Actually, he was the only bowler, even though he got only the last wicket, that of Shadab Khan, before the Pakistanis were bowled out for 174. One thought that Curran was the only bowler who could one could really see the swing in the ball from Sam Curran. And Shadab Khan was gone for 56 with 10 boundaries. But what a knock from Shadab Khan. Really showing what a utility cricketer he is. And then Mohammad Amir and the lower order actually gave some good company to Shadab Khan to pursue his innings. Mohammad Amir made 13 with 2 boundaries, victim of Anderson. Hassan Ali, he hit 24 of just 16 deliveries with 5 boundaries. So he was basically trying to hit the leather of the ball. 5 fours in the 24. Abbas was not out on 1, and that was it. They were all out for 174, and this was all the handiwork of some very good bowling from the trio of James Anderson. 15 overs, 6 maidens, 43 runs and 3 wickets, splendidly done. Broad, as I said, bowled a lot of full-length deliveries today. 15 overs, 6 maidens, 38 runs and 3 wickets. Chris Wokes did a fine job. 11 overs, 1 maiden, 3 for 55. And Sam Curran, who was making his test debut today, 7.1 overs, no maiden, 1 for 33, but generated a lot of swing compared to the other bowlers. Now, 174 all out. England started the reply, and Keaton Jennings and Alistair Cook were the crease. And today they negotiated the pace and swing of Mohammad Amir and Mohammad Abbas very well, except probably a drop catch in the beginning, I would say. But Keaton Jennings, well, he did his job, and they formed a decent partnership of 53 runs for the first wicket. before the first wicket to go was Keaton Jennings, when Fahim Ashraf got his wicket for 29 with 5 boundaries. So that was wicket number 1 for wicket number 1 of England actually falling. But Alistair Cook was joined in by Joe Root, and both started chiseling together a wonderful partnership that went on to. I mean, they were pretty much into it, and the only problem happened to be that just 5 minutes before stumps, a sort of a concentration lapse in concentration, one could say, as Alistair Cook's wicket was taken by Hassan Ali, who actually forced them into a pull shot with a short delivery. Alistair Cook wanted to oblige, but trying to oblige, he ended up the ball ended up in the hands of Sarfraz Ahmed, as his pull shot really did not take off, and one thought that that was not a shot that Alistair Cook should have played under the circumstances. With just 5 minutes before stumps, Alistair Cook was a goner, and that really threw England into a sort of not a bind, but definitely they would have loved to. And Alistair Cook, let me tell you, this was his record performance, like the former Australian cricketer, captain, and one of the wonderful servants for Australian cricket, Alan Border, had 154 consecutive test matches that he played, and Alistair Cook has equalled that record of Alan Border of 154 matches. So Alistair Cook has really become a veteran now as far as English cricket is concerned. So he was gone for 46 with 7 boundaries, and then the night watchman Dom Bess walked in when stumps were drawn for the day. Pakistan would have been happy that they got Alistair Cook's wickets today. 106 for 2 was the score. Joe Root was not out on 29 with 5 boundaries, the captain, and Dom Bess did the job of the night watchman perfectly, having not to his name after facing 9 balls. 106 for 2, so they are 68 runs in areas, so they really need 68 runs to go into the lead, and which something they still have some good batting to come. The form of David Mallon, Bairstow, Curran, Butler, Wokes, so there's still a lot of batting to come in this particular England lineup. As far as the bowling was concerned, Mohammad Amin 10 was done for 37. Mohammad Abbas bowled well, but was a trifle unlucky when caught 9 was 4 minutes, not for 22. Hassan Ali was 2 minutes, 1 for 24 amongst the wickets. Fahim Ashraf 7 was 2 minutes, 1 for 16. And Sharad Khan bowled 3 overs for 5 runs. So definitely, as I said, England will be very happy with this effort, especially considering that they have to level the series to actually not allow Pakistan to win the series. They have to level the series here, and for Pakistan, the only thing matters is either they have to win or they could actually draw the match, but they can't lose. Well, dear fans, subscribers, one last thing before I leave this cricket broadcast. So the second day's play should be quite interesting at Headingley in Leeds. Now, the news that I would like to talk about is the ICC ODI rankings are out, and this is the first time that we have 4 additional nations included in the mix. So England are definitely leading with 125 points. India follow a close second with 122. South Africa 113, New Zealand 112, Australia 104, Pakistan 102, Bangladesh 93, absolutely going to the book, Sri Lanka 77, West Indies 69, but Afghanistan have stolen a march over Zimbabwe. They are placed at number 10 with 63 points, but Zimbabwe have 55 points. And then the other teams that are Ireland 38 points, Scotland 28 points, 14, United Arab Emirates 18 points. So these teams, Ireland, Scotland, UAE and Afghanistan, for the first time figuring in an ICC ODI rankings, as they have been given the ODI status, as we all know, as ICC decided that these teams should be given ODI status. And also Netherlands too, but Netherlands does not figure in this as a sort of a criteria that ICC follows to make an evaluation. Well, dear fans and subscribers, I have nothing to really tell you right now. As I said, I have some problem with my throat and ear, But I'm very happy that I could actually spit out this cricket show to you. Well, dear fans, subscribers, I look forward to meeting you all on my next cricket broadcast, which will be tomorrow. It's on a Saturday. Until then, it's your host Ram. Finally, putting a signature on this show for today. Thank you.